As veterans, when we get home, we're asked to reintegrate. What a bad idea. Mediocrity and getting back to normal aren't goals worthy of our experiences. Veterans are some of the last Americans who have paid high prices and risked nearly everything, and sometimes given everything, during our time in the military and while deployed. We've had our skin in the game for what we believe. Few at home do. All we have to do is make a trip out to the grocery store, and we see the diseases of comfort creeping in on certain portions of the American population. The afflicted are lazy, out of shape, looking to consume, endlessly wanting more things, but unwilling to take the risks or work to get them. The idea of working for a cause or business one believes in is foreign to many. But there are also pockets of our population working hard to rebuild America. These are the people who have been taking risks while we've been away. They've been innovating to create companies and businesses which are thriving despite an economic downturn. This group of entrepreneurs and leaders is not only fighting for the survival of this country, but they're working on preserving and benefiting all of humanity. Through following the path of rebuilding America economically, we'll create opportunities not only for people here at home, but also those who would otherwise turn against us abroad. More economic opportunity for more people means a safer world. Poverty and lack of social mobility are the roots of so many of the challenges we see abroad. We don't ever attack this problem effectively by meddling in the affairs of others on their own turf. We can, however, address the issues of global disadvantage, which lead to conflict as a byproduct of our own wealth creation and pursuit of happiness. This boosts commerce of all kinds. There is an old saying, either goods and services cross borders or armies will. Thankfully, much of the distribution of goods can be supercharged through the technology, manufacturing, and energy industries. 3 in particular, which are booming or poised to boom here at home in the U.S. Our current national economy hovers around $16.8 trillion in size, while our national debt, run up by career politicians, continues to rise above $17.6 trillion. The unfunded liabilities for every taxpayer are exploding in size as well, to a staggering $1.1 million per person. We're at a point where, unless our country rebounds, we're at a risk of losing everything we've created. What's more, a weak America puts the entire world at risk. A world without a strong America is truly terrifying. An America viewed as weak in the world's eyes is an America vulnerable to terrorism. America is at a tipping point. I believe that we live in the best, most moral nation in the history of mankind. We've fed the world, clothed the world, and defended the world. We're far from perfect, but the technology and innovations we've created and continue to create are driving all of humanity forward. We're still a nation of big thinkers, and there is an American comeback in progress. There has never been a more dangerous time for our country, but also never a better time to be an American veteran. It might not seem like it, though, and I completely understand any cynicism. The old path of credentials is gone. The latest scientific research finds fewer predictions of individual high achieving using standard metrics. These researchers have continued to look for predictors of success, but our traditional tests haven't seemed to predict much. They've found that the measurements of the past, IQ, the SAT, and college diploma, don't guarantee high achievement or happiness. Even more rigorous academic graduate tests, like the MCAT, the test doctors take to get into medical school, have come under scrutiny. The Jensen medical test of a physician's empathy is shown to be a better predictor of how the doctor will perform in the field than the MCAT. It turns out that the standardized educational model obsessed with grades and letters after one's name is pretty worthless. So, if our formal metrics of competence aren't able to predict high levels of achievement, what can? Researchers have started to point in a new direction which may seem like common sense to many. Grit and character are the only prerequisites for achievement that we need. A more formal name for these seemingly magical hallmarks of high-level achievers is cognitive control. With that skill, we can easily add any others we need. We can't lose if we develop and build cognitive control, grit, and character by using adversity to our advantage. We can't lose, however, we can't learn or build these muscles in comfort. They only come from repeated experiences of uncertainty. As veterans, we are some of the last Americans who have naturally had to develop and build our character through the relentless challenges, threats, and struggles of deployment in harm's way.